What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I am here with your Hoodoo Almanac for today, October 14th. It is Saturday, and we are in the throes of an eclipse, a solar eclipse, and a new moon in Libra. I know a few of us are so happy to see that energy get behind us. um, Energetically, we are dealing with the idea of the new moon and again the eclipse. So yesterday we were getting out of a waning moon and we were kind of being prepared to let go and do the final cuts of what didn't serve us and our highest partnership, which is ourselves, right? So that's what we've been working through, and that's what we kind of stepped into yesterday. So today we're now mastering the energy of attraction and attracting good energy and being more thorough with how we are loving ourselves and finding ourselves worthy in our new space. Now, when we did get a chance to do a couple of pulls, and the collective reading is actually being loaded up to Patreon right now, but to give you guys like an overview of it, you're basically, the foundation is getting out of the idea of not being able to balance how we make our coin. You're trying to find balance in your relationship with how you live, how you make your money, and still remaining true in that energy. Now, surrounding is going to be the idea that you need not waste any more energy on meaningless decisions, partnerships, stop not committing, basically. It's only giving you more stress not to commit to a path. And basically it's, time for you to make peace with your past and continue to grow. And you grow by evolving into those new things that you're trying to do. In the tribe, there's an essence of needing to believe in the plans and the goals that you're setting so that you can be able to earn any extra money that you're trying to earn during this phase. So they are giving us about a 6-month line in terms of, okay, what you choose and how you move today is how it's going to be 6 months from now. The energy is going to linger. So you want it to be good energy. In the near future, you will be moving forward. There's energy of moving away from being reckless and immature and incompetent and greedy and like not able to focus on what really matters. The Mother of Knives did come out, and that's just letting us know, like, hey, use your mind as a tool to get you through this. Continue to be perceptive. Continue to analyze and be level-headed about the decisions you make moving forward. You want to be grounded, You want to be a good delegator. You want to be grounded, and you want to make sure you're not just doing things for the hell of it. This season, we are moving towards our purpose, whatever that means for you. Okay? Now, in honor of this time span, we know that it came on the most interesting day because today is Saturday. As you know, Saturdays are by Saturn. Saturn is all about expansion and getting out of that karmic tie, that karmic energy that's holding you on to something. So whatever didn't work in the past 6 months, as far as March and April, now you need to say, okay, this isn't working for me. Let me release it. Let me cleanse it. Let me get it out of the way. Because as you know, in Hoodoo speak for Saturdays, we clean, we release, we we speak with our ancestors, and we get in tune with what we need to do. So that's what would be suggested for today. Definitely take time. It's October, Hoodoo Heritage Month. The veil is thin. You've got all the space and opportunities to pull from your ancestral lineage and say, okay, what calls to me? Who calls to me? Who's guiding and protecting me and leading me on my way, right? That's kind of where you're at with that. Now, Libra, like double Libra energy. So the scales out. Everything in itself is balancing back out if you allow it. That's how I see it. Everything is balances itself out if you allow it to. If you're being stubborn and you're not being like honest with yourself, this is going to be a hard time for you. I feel as though if you can be like honest with yourself during this process, then you can know the correct way to pursue. But if you can't be honest, then you don't even get the right recipe for the issue. A lot of people have a hard time admitting they're going the wrong way. But I'll pivot in a nanosecond, because why would I continue repetitively doing some shit that don't work? So now it's one of those times of like evaluation where you say, okay, let me work through this. Let me tweak the recipe. Let me balance it out. I'm surprised the Father Sam's card didn't come out in this reading, but we definitely got the Libra energy of Dr. Buzzard, so which is justice, and it's the scales signifying Libra. So yeah, you've got to balance it. You got to balance it all. Like I said, today is a real theme to me of, are you afraid of the dark? And when I say, are you afraid of the dark, I'm saying, like, are you so afraid to deal with your flaws that you can't make a proper recipe to make sure those things don't take you over? The darkness doesn't take you over. It has to be a good mix. It has to be a good mix. It has to be like you make the perfect recipe. You know what I'm saying? What recipe makes you? 12-12, as I say there. So, I think it's very important to know what makes you up. What little bit of sugar and spice makes you whole, makes you 100%. And balance that shit out so you can do what you need to do. That's going to take a good, long, hard look at the mirror. For real, for real. Let's see. We are dealing with a lot of astrological things in the sense. So now we are using that Mercury in Libra energy, which is the area of communication and exerting your gifts and talents. We've got the Venus is in Virgo, so we are falling in love and we are moving through action in our finances. We're committing to certain things, committing to partnerships, loving ourselves enough to make a plan, basically, to give in and commit to something finally. And then you've got Mars is into Scorpio, so the war in itself is deep. It's like you are battling with your own shadows. This season has nothing to do with anybody else. You are the main character of this story, so get used to it and work in your shadows. So a lot of us are, battling and breaking things down, and we spent the past 2 weeks like completely banishing shit that don't work anymore. For the higher timeline, Pluto went direct with Capricorn, so any type of life-changing, transformative moments are for the serious. are for the realness. Like Capricorn energy is all about shadow and directness and being like proper all the way down to the T. And Capricorn is the sign of the devil. So when you think of that, I would say, everybody got their higher spirits and their lower spirits. So how are you transforming that energy? How are you transmuting that energy so that you can have balance? That's what all this is about. The journey itself is in regards to you, your balance, like how you complete the mission that you set out on. Like, we all came here for a reason. Nobody's like not here for just fa la la la. You're here for a reason. You chose to come do something. And in doing that, you change yourself so you can change the way the world looks around you. you know, and that's what this is like. One of the major beginnings of. Now, in terms of the hustle, again, we're just focused more on hustling more towards our purpose and our real goals. It's always a way to build and do, but you have to be in alignment and frequency with your true calling. And to me, if you're not, then you're going to have to deal with the karmic cycles and the shadows of that. Now, there are systems of people that are going to continue to go through those same cycles over and over and over and over again. And that's just the level of the role that they play. So this season, you're not concerning yourself with people or energies rather, that are in reverse. You know what I'm saying? And what's that show? It's not the originals. It's like that one with the Umbrella Academy. So in the Umbrella Academy, like, every time they try to go back and redo some shit in the past, it fucks up something in the future, right? Something that maybe even was potentially good. That's like the premise of the show, right? So that if that teaches you anything, it's like, okay, you have these gifts, you have this life that you wish to live, and you continue to go back and backtrack and try to like correct and put together the pieces from the past. When in fact, you should just be continuing to evolve and move forward, because you studying your own growth, you studying your own timeline, you fucking up the flow of shit, trying to control everything. You trying to control the way the past look, you trying to control the way the future look, you trying to control the way the present looks, when all you really can control is yourself and how you move to action, like, through this situation. That's all you can control. None of the rest of it you can't control. You can't control other people. And it's very, very hard to, like, wake up and realize, like, okay, I don't want to be doing what I was doing this time last year. you know? And you have to be honest with yourself, like, about what elements are holding you back in that energy. What keeps you coming back for more? What do you do consistently that's not fucking working for you? That was the whole energy behind these past, like, waning moons, and this past, like, we went through retrogrades and all this shit. And then, eclipses, like, people be scared of eclipses, but if you use eclipse energy in the right way, you can transmute energy, you can make drastic changes. You can do a lot. You can step over into other timelines by saying, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna fuck with you. And I mean that in terms of, like, waving goodbye, closing the door. Go ahead tonight and write a fucking goodbye letter to your old self, because they are gone. If you've made it this far in the chat, your old self is dying to be released, and Your new self is like, okay, ready to tap in, ready to tag we're in, coach, and moving forward from there. That's what your new self is here for. And you feel that sense of like uncomfortableness because you know that your souls, your spirit knows like they done outgrown some shit. They not in the same space that they were mentally. You've transcended. So they just wait for you to do it in the physical, basically. When I say they, I mean your spirit guides, your ancestors, everybody who's going on this journey with you and assisting you through to this process, right? Now, I think it's so funny because a lot of us are exploring and we spend a lot of time dissecting what's inherently good or bad and what does that mean for us when it's really all about balance and all about recognizing your balance in things. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Unless of course you're a healer and you know that's what you gotta do, but the healer also has to be balanced. The healer also has to have some level of good equilibrium because you're gonna need it. Period. So that's that with the Almanac situation. So that's the way you should be utilizing that energy. Now again, in Hoodoo world, Saturdays are about uncrossings, ancestor work, and a lot of overcoming. So removals, having patience and wisdom. So anything surrounding that energy today, that's what you're trying to handle. You know, today is a good day to get those wards up. And any cord cutting that needs to be done should be done today. You know, maybe you want to cut cords with the old version of yourself today, right? So real quick, we are most definitely going to go through what the ancestors are looking for from the elements. So, Spirit, let me go ahead and get what we need for the earth sign elements. So, we got the 5 of baskets in reverse. So, right now, earth signs are a little bit damaged and need to do some healing. They may have been experiencing a lot of loss lately. But what's time to happen for the earth signs? It is time for them to embrace the fact that some things are just done. You know, a lot of earth signs are dealing with negative thought processes and negative experiences are shaping that for them. So earth signs need to definitely get a little bit more decisive, okay? Focus on concentrating on what is being changed. Yeah. Earth signs need to speak to themselves better, commit, get into something creative that's gonna fuel, you know, your dreams and your desires. Earth signs, yeah, get loyal to yourself, basically. Now, in terms of air signs, we've got the 3 of baskets where you are letting go of any collaborations that don't serve you. Air signs are being told to let go. Be decisive. With the Father of baskets that came out for the air signs, you know, be wise. You know, make good judgment about it. Utilize your resources for any healing, anything you need to do. Yeah. Because you guys are having a hard time seeing the light at the end of the tunnel right now. You know, there's you worried about the wrong things. It's time for you to go to spirit, you know, and release the old stories, release the old collabs, let it go. You know, air signs are looking for a level of stability, but there was some toxicity, and you're being encouraged to, again, with the Eight of Baskets and the upright, like, move away from it, get away. Be brave about your new journey. Be brave about starting over. Be encouraged. Be happy. It's time for you to be independent and leave the past behind. You know, seek what's true about you. Now, fire signs, you're being called to have strength. Y'all being strong right now so that you can have the discipline that you need, and you are overcoming any challenges and negative thinking in your way. Fire signs are serious. Water signs are being encouraged to continue. Four of Knives, to be introspective, pray, meditate, and ground yourself. Yeah, because you don't want to be in this Son of Sticks energy where you just doing whatever, following whatever, dealing with whatever. You know, you're kind of indecisive, and it's time for you to make some decisions. Yep, we've got the Two of Baskets confirming it in the reverse. You indecisive about your partnerships. But that indecisiveness with the Aunt Caroline coming out in reverse, that's going to cause you to be, your wheel of fortune to pause. You know, you can't let go of that energy, not being disciplined and forthright about it with the Three of Coins in reverse. Yeah, you need to, water signs, need some discipline. They need to get away from any, like, user and greedy energy, illegal gains, just doing whatever. Water signs needs to make some plans and manifest some new things, says the Black Herman that came out over all of that. Water signs are creating a new timeline. It's time for you to create a new story. You know, water signs, you know, you were indecisive, and maybe you guys are being introspective and thinking about the fact that you were indecisive, and that's what was holding you back, and you were indecisive because of this Three of Coins energy, and the idea that you just got to do whatever to get where you're trying to go, and Spirit is saying, no, that's not necessarily the case. Nope, that's not necessarily the case at all. You can manifest new things. You can make better plans. You switching. Water signs are switching the plan up. For real, for real. Changing the trajectory. You know. Yeah. But keep it righteous and keep it real, water signs. That's what Spirit's saying. Yeah. You can manifest anything. Yeah. So it looks like, you know, as a collective, letting go of resentment, past storylines and collaborations, and being strong within our discipline and who we trust and deal with, and the plans we make surrounding our finances. It seems as though as long as we are able to turn over a new leaf, we don't have any worries for this new moon season at all. And that sounds beautiful. Now, today for our goddess, we are going to be speaking about Bastet. And Bastet, in a short, is the Egyptian protection goddess of fertility. She's the one that has a cat face, and she's awesome, but she comes from a set. So again, think in terms like a beautiful Black Panther, a cougar, Yeah, she protects the home. She's fertility. She protects the divine feminine. So, if you guys don't notice, we're working from the Egyptians on out. So, as we did our ancestors, then we're going to do Egyptians, then we're going to move into the Orisha and our angels, basically, our other guides. So, we've got the bonus episodes coming for Aset and Bastet today. And you guys will be able to tune into that here as we give what they like, their offerings, and how you can work with those goddesses to build a foundation for the rest of your crew. So think about it like you building an army. Think about it like that. And in this army, you've got you've got God, you've got your main guide, your teacher, your Ori, the spirit of yourself, Then you have your angels, you have your guides, people that help you out, people you can call for a favor, but you gotta pay the toll. So that's what we also gonna talk about. So yes, you guys, thank you so much for listening. I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in to today's Hoodoo Almanac, and I'm glad we were able to get a little reading in for the elements and the collective. Tap into my Patreon, the Kush Concierge, for a breakdown and a full video reading of the cards for the collective reading. And I've got a PDF up for the new moon intention. So if you want a kind of a guide of how you would write that down today, we've got that there for you too. It is PDF downloadable. So yeah, stay tuned because we've got some great things coming, more education, and more assistance on this journey that we are calling life. Again, thank you guys for listening and have a great new moon in Libra.